Duda puts your brand front and center. With Duda's extensive white label capabilities, you can make the entire editor your own. Use your own logo, your own domain, your own email address, add even your own color palette. With Duda, your clients are your own.
Wow, guys, we are live. Woo-hoo. Let's kick this off. I actually liked that Duda video very much. It was a new one, I think. That was, very creative. I liked it. To whoever who did it, congrats. That was a good one. So welcome to this webinar where we are going to talk about the AI stack within Duda. And I, for one, am very interested in listening to what these guys are going to talk about, because I think it's a very interesting topic and a very on point right now. Everything is AI. And I feel a bit like you're missing out if you're not jumping the train right now. And I think that something that you need to learn. And the angle that we're going to talk about today is how do we do it? How do we use the AI in Duda's tool to make it our lives easier? And so I like that even better. But let us give people a few minutes to log on properly before we kick off the presentations. So we are here, and I would like you guys to tell us where you are from. Oh, Hans, hello. and wow. A bit like who you are, or your name and where you're from. That would be super, super fantastic, so that we feel that we have you, audience, because we're doing this with you, the audience, and not just for ourselves. A bit, but not just.
Well, Mary's excited for a great webinar. I hope AJ delivers.
That is true. This is AJ's first live webinar, and he's been talking before, so doing these things before, but not live one. So this is super special for all of us to be here with you when you do that
on the webinars and asking him 1,000 questions. So it's gonna be great to not have to wait for somebody to call me.
Oh, that's. I see people are telling where they are from, and it's from all over the world. That is fantastic. Where are you, Jerry? Where are you from? I see you, London here.
Yep, I'm literally about 10 minutes from Gatwick Airport, which makes life a lot easier when I travel over to see you in Stockholm. Is that where you're from at the minute?
Yeah, I'm a bit outside Stockholm, but yeah, Stockholm is the closest city for me, which is in Sweden, by the way, where we have soon winter.
Yes.
Where are you from, Nat?
Right outside of Chicago.
Oh, wow.
So we have winter soon, too.
Winter's coming for you as well.
Yes, it is.
Amazing. And AJ?
I'm born and raised and living in Miami, so I don't know what winter is, actually.
Oh.
Boo.
Boo.
Hey, Nat, I got a room for you. We're good.
All right, that's good. All right.
I'll jump on the next flight.
There you go.
Never been to Miami. That is a place I'd love to go.
It's nice. It's nice.
I've watched too many TV series where it's based in Miami, and every time I look at it, it's like, yep, crocodiles. That's a place I want to go.
There's only been one crocodile in my mom's backyard. Only one.
God.
One is too many.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm with that here. So, guys, you who are the audience, make sure to subscribe to the Duda newsletter as well, so you don't miss any AJ's next live webinar when that's going to happen. Maybe I should kick off with introducing ourselves. Some of you may know us, but anyways, I have nice introductions. I'm going to start with AJ. And if I say something wrong here, it's because English is not my first language, but you know that already. I sometimes mispronounce and slaughter names and things. But AJ, and I'm not going to even try your last name, Oberländer.
You got it.
Good.
Wow, really? Wow. AJ leads a customer websites at Doorloop, where he builds scaled and where he built and scaled an end-to-end website experience that helps property managers launch modern conversion-focused sites. I like that. But you also founded Zazos. It's a Miami branding and web consultancy known for its crisp strategy and launch-ready execution. That's a lot of English words that really twists the tongue for a non-native.
I was writing it.
AJ is also AI proficient across content, SEO, and automation, and uses multimodal workflows and platform-native tools to keep content on voice and best practice by default. Is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I think you hit all the highlighted points.
And welcome. Okay, moving on. We also have Nat today with us. Rosasko, is that correct?
That was good, Ulrika.
Oh, wow. Nat is the founder of Olive Street Design, Olive and Ash Design, and Ballot Box Digital, companies specializing in web design, digital market strategies, and branded digital experiences. Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive sounding.
Okay. It's a mouthful. With over 1,365 clients, I was actually awed when I read that, but worldwide, and over 4,000 Duda websites built, including notable names like Harvard University, the University of Florida, United Nations, City of Chicago, and Sweet Baby Ray's. And you have a proven track record of driving revenue and building strategic partnerships. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That is one introduction. Welcome. Is there something you want to add to that?
No, I think that's pretty good. And I'd just like to give a shout out to Scotty and Terry from Duda. And thank you for the shout out, TJ.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Awesome. And then we have my good friend Jerry and Jeremy have been friends for a couple of times and been on holiday together, actually, even.
Wow.
We are scuba diving together.
Yes, Egypt was certainly fun. We saw sharks, we saw turtles, we saw other fish.
Fish. So actually added some nice things for you, Jerry. Jerry's a renowned freelance SEO consultant with an international search strategist and you have over a decade of experience driving growth for major brands. And you have led SEO at both Uda and Just Eat. And now he works with businesses across Europe to develop scalable data-informed strategies.
I just use Google Analytics to kind of poke holes at them.
You're downselling yourself.
So
I know Jerry. He's really good. So
thank you.
Jerry is also a frequent conference speaker, and a judge at the UK, European, and Global Search Awards. So a very nice welcome to Jerry. Is there anything you want to add to that?
Can't think of anything I can add to that.
All right, awesome. So myself, Ulrika, I'm the senior SEO consultant specializing on technical SEO and anything user-focused when it comes to web projects. I've been in the industry for almost 2 decades, and I've also been a frequent industry speaker and at various conferences, and also have been a judge at UK, European, and Global Search Awards. But I'm also nowadays leaning towards more trainings and change management and AI tools. So yeah, leaving SEO a bit, but that's you can take SEO from me, but never me from SEO, or you say, how do you say it? All right, cool. We have introduced ourselves and chit-chatted a bit. We know where everyone is from. I think it's time, AJ. Can you please give us your presentation?
I can. So I'm gonna try and be fairly quick, because I know that from being on the viewer side, I always like the questions and answers at the end because it's more fun. It's not prepared. So I have just some slides to go over. The way we like to use the Duda AI tools at Doorloop is currently we didn't offer custom websites. We do everything template based for ease of scalability. We have a small team, and so everything has been done via templates, forms, all that stuff. We didn't do a lot of customization, no real SEO until recently, and so as Duda started to release more and more of these AI tools, we started to play around with, can we use these to offer custom websites when people really don't want to use a template? And so it really helped us with essentially the dreaded blank page. What do you do when somebody says, hey, you're the professional, I want you to create something for me, and they don't really give you a whole lot of advising. They just say, put something together. Thankfully, all of our customers are property managers, so we have a general idea of what they're looking for in a website, what we want them to have in a website, and so we can prompt the AI to kind of get us closer and closer. Really, what I've been loving to play with more lately is cite from a file, trying to figure out the best way to prompt using that file to really give us that leg up in the beginning to go forward with. And so it all started by doing sections and pages. Our general build is homepage, about page, contact page, and then either frequently asked questions, or we have one template with services. And then every so often a customer will come in, they'll say, hey, I want a section on this, or I want a section on that, or I want a whole page. And again, they come in without any guide to give us. And so we're sitting there and we're like, sure. And the AI gives us that kind of first step of, okay, there's something on the page. We can bring the human into the loop and say, take what the AI gave you and start making it pretty. Get the voice closer to where they want it. We're not starting from nothing. These are two websites that I built using the AI tools for my Zosos side for customers, and it allowed me to get these websites up and running fast and affordable for those customers, while keeping the brand in mind, and also the voice of the brand. At the end of the day, customers know what you sound like. So what I ask people for when I do custom content is I usually ask them for a paragraph of like, who are you? What's your business doing? Who's your customer? And why should I go to you? What makes you different? And first of all, it makes my customer think, what are these? But they're also the underpinnings of building your brand. And on a fundamental level, is a website is the first face of your brand that a lot of people are going to see. So the assistant allows us to keep the website on brand. SEO, Doorloop, I use the SEO as a surprise and delight for customers. Because we don't offer SEO, if a customer reaches out and they're like, hey, I'm not seeing my website on Google, what can we do? We'll tell them, hey, obviously we don't do SEO, but let me offer you a quick SEO setup, just so that you have everything that you would need to at least have the underpinnings. This was actually a question I had asked Jerry about when we first met. How good is the SEO setup? And thankfully, I was told it's a lot better than some of the other ones that he's used. So that makes me also feel better. But it allows me to not have to take away from our core offering and then say, hey, here's something I'm not going to charge you. I'll waive the fee that we would normally charge. And customers feel better because we're giving them something more than what they originally expected to get out of it. And then, oops, something just happened. There we go. This is, yeah, okay. So really what what can you kind of do to move forward with AI is focus on getting AI to give you that first pass. Use it as a junior dev almost, or an assistant. Don't think that AI is going to do everything. A lot of people think that they're just going to say, hey, AI, give me this, and it's going to give you something amazing. That's how we end up with a lot of AI slop. It's garbage in, garbage out. Use AI with a human. Human in the loop is the most important part of using AI properly, in my opinion. It can get you a long way, but at the end of the day, we're the professionals for a reason. We do this day in and day out. We know what needs to be there. AI is just taking thousands of websites and trying to distill that into what it believes should be there, but it doesn't know your customer's brand. It doesn't know what some of the extra pieces that the customer might want in that website, how they might interact with something else that you put on the website. So always look at it as a starting point, not an ending point. And AI can speed up the process, but human touch defines the experience. And then that's my slides. One extra note I'll give you is I thought it would be fun to test out ChatGPT's new connections to Canva. So this whole slideshow, with the exception of a few pictures, was actually made using Canva via ChatGPT.
Amazing.
So AI can do a lot of stuff with proper supervision.
It's cool. Thank you very much. I really liked a few things that you said there. And I liked, because I was as an SEO, I really like that you brought up the SEO parts, because as both me and Jerry probably know, when we look at a site that hasn't been, like, that comes fresh from a developer or an agency, and it hasn't had that kind of, gloves, SEO gloves treated on it, it can be horrible. Like, and you're like, oh God, where are we even going to start?
Yep.
So at least to have something to work with, I really appreciate that. That is really cool. So one question I have, like, what kind of reactions did you get from your clients after starting to use this process?
So right now, a lot of the AI that we're using for custom websites, it's a very small piece of our pie. That's why I use it really on my side business, which is much smaller because I do a lot for Doorloop. But usually I get really good reactions because I'm not just throwing the first version that the AI is giving me. I'm going in there. Sometimes that first generation, I'm like, I didn't like this at all. And if you go into my side business account, I've got like 3 different versions of my last customer's website because I was like, that didn't work. And instead of going and trying to modify it, I just didn't feel like it gave me the tone overall. So I went back to the drawing board of the prompt in, so that hopefully a better result coming out. And finally, after 3 or 4 generations, I was able to get that right first draft, which then I went and I changed some pictures, changed some colors, and that's where it really took life. And I sent the preview to them this weekend, actually, and they were in awe. So,
that's amazing. That's so cool. And also, we had a question here, or a remark maybe from Ryan Stack, saying that we shouldn't downplay the human touch of everything, just not go with AI generated. And I totally agree. And it sounded like you do too.
Yes, very much. Human in the loop is so important.
Yeah. Nat and Jerry, do you have any questions or comments to this?
No, I thought that was really good. It's a lot of what we see, and down to earth, real comments about what's going on here. And I like to to get something down to its base level so everyone can understand what's going on here. And I think AJ did a good job of that, and really where it fits and how it fits. So I thought that was very good.
Yeah, and I noticed a comment in the chat, actually, basically someone saying that they can't trust AI basically to generate metadata and titles and things. And I kind of agree with that. I mean, I did a local garage in Duda. Basically, they had somehow lost their website, and I was like, I'll just kind of create a quick website for them and just chuck it up for them. And a lot of it was Americanized, so it kind of talked about like it didn't kind of understand the fact that in England we kind of talk about cars very differently to how Americans do, and because the training data is American, it's the way it works. But at the same time, I created this in 10 minutes and edited things in 5 minutes, and the guys were a bit like, how did you do that in a couple of hours, when the developer said it'd take 2 months to kind of get the site up and everything like that. And I know full well that as an SEO guy, I'm going to have to edit things. I'm going to have to tweak things. I'm going to have to make sure nothing kind of comes out. And, equally with ChatGPT, if I ask it to kind of create a bio for me, it's amazing the weird things it makes up for me.
But that hasn't changed, has it? We always had to change or edit whenever we got something from a developer or something in front of us.
Yeah, I think that, Tim's question was a really good one, and we use it, but I also think it's about expectations. And when you build a website, somebody's got $1,500. Okay, that's a lot of money to them. It's not a lot of money for an agency, but it's valuable to us, and it's valuable to the client. And if you can give them a base SEO for zero, I'd say, okay, if you eyeball it and check it over and make sure there's no glaring mistakes in it, if they can get something, to me, it's better than not putting anything in there when you're on a limited budget, unless we have SEO packages. Jerry and Ulrika are, SEO specialists. AJ, I'm sure, is touching around SEO. But if someone doesn't have a lot of money, they're a small business, and you can add that in there, I say, so be it. Just give it an eyeball check. And just for the image tags, which could take forever to do, the tags are in there, and it's most likely better than not doing it, because we don't charge for it. And AJ, it doesn't sound like you are either. It's your base package. It's a nice uplift.
Yeah.
I see a shatter in the comments about not letting AI do the metadata because they're making them too long and not on the keyword, like not targeting the keywords that you want, and etc. But you can actually, I've built agents to do that, or GPTs like that. It loops, and then after a few loops, then they are really good, and then you can eyeball them and then look at it and edit it. Yeah. The thing is that when you use AI like this, in my opinion, you have an assistant. You can put the money and the time on fine-tuning it.
Yes.
In a much better way.
Good point, Ulrika. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. One of the things that I do is I kind of work in e-commerce occasionally, and or travel or something like that, and it isn't 20 title tags. It's like 1,000, 2,000 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly, I mean, it's crazy basically when you're having to scale things up. And a lot of the time I'm like working from a document which kind of goes, this is the input, this is the output, this is the tone of voice, don't do this. When I check it back, there are very, very few errors now, which is kind of going to put me out of a job soon. At some point, somebody's going to figure out how to basically not use me at all for their SEO. But I'm glad that when people do that, they seem to scale it wrong. They seem to do it kind of incorrectly, and they seem to kind of almost go overboard with AI, and it goes fun. So I'm optimistic that I won't be out of a job for a while.
Well, I'll say not on the SEO side, but on the web design side. I play around with a lot of AI tools, and I'm in a lot of AI communities. And one of the things I see, even when you're talking about just an HTML, CSS website, a lot of people just believe that they're going to throw in some prompt and it's going to do everything for them. And these are people who are paying for lifetime deals on some services, and we're not talking $50, sometimes $500 to build an idea, or to use Cursor, or to use Lovable. And one of the things that people miss is that it's what you give it. My ChatGPT, and I have a GPT and Claude And both of them, I have extensive documentation on my voice tone structure. It helps me write my blog posts, my business blog posts. And it's that first pass, and then I go in there and I clean it up and whatnot. But it has so many details about me that it's giving it a much bigger breadth of uniqueness versus just saying, hey, write me a blog post about branding. That's just going to give you the same AI slop that anyone can pull out. So I think that I really go heavily on that human in the loop, whether it's SEO, whether it's content generation. You need to give it so much, and it's not an easy task to build out that repository. You really have to work hard to get there, but then once you get there, it's about just keeping it up a little bit.
That's good. Cool. I really liked how you presented how you do this with Duda. Not only, of course, I'm going to focus on the SEO, but if you not look at the SEO, but also like building the design and everything, how much time that is saving you and your clients, and how much better work you can do, since you can put that time and money into refining stuff instead for putting it, because it takes so much time just to do things that in the end is not going to be seen, or set up things.
Yep.
All right. I think this is a topic we can talk all day about, but I guess that we also need to move on a bit. Please, Nat, can you give us your presentation?
Yes. Welcome, everybody from all over the world. This is pretty cool. So we actually had a real designer prepare this, because we aren't as educated on AI as AJ is with Canva. No. So we did this ourselves. So Duda AI for agencies. So what I tried to look at each of the pieces of the AI stack, say what it is, and then kind of how we actually use it. So I wanted to get very real world, very granular with this. So hopefully maybe it will prompt somebody with something. So Duda AI stack allows agencies to aggressively compete against DIY solutions that clients are looking at as a potential alternative to using traditional agency services, which everybody on this call should worry about DIY solutions and what we need to keep doing to stay ahead of them. And I think AJ, Ulrika, and Jerry all said it perfectly. You still need a human being that knows this stuff and can help you through it. And AI is a tool in our toolkit, but it's not the end all be all. But I'll tell you, when used right, it's pretty cool. Tools offered allow us to get our foot in the door at competitive pricing when needed and deliver quality work and results quickly. This ensures these clients can get an agency behind them who will help them grow when they need to. And I think, you present yourselves. We have this AI, we have this great software, Duda. They have a dashboard that all the statistics are in it. When we preview Duda, we show them the Duda dashboard, which that's like the secret sauce to Duda is that dashboard. As we show people, it's like, all right, I'm on WordPress, I'm moving. I have no idea what the back end is. I call a developer, and they get back to me in 2 weeks. I don't know how to do anything. I can't go in there. And they look at it. No one actually does much in it. But if they needed to, they could, and it's a peace of mind. And that's the beauty for us of the Duda software. And when Ulrika at the beginning said we've built for clients ourselves 1,365 Duda sites. When I started with Duda, we had 500 WordPress sites and then 5 Duda sites. We have 1,365 Duda sites, and we're down to 18 WordPress sites. And I'll tell you, every day I come in and wish to God I could convert one more of them. So it goes to 0. That's just an aside. Scale, this is important. This caused us to look at things here, which was great when Anton got us started on this. 1 person per 5 to 10 people. What does this mean? Each team member can achieve 5 to 10x what they could before, allowing much more effective business and project scaling. Okay, this is versus WordPress. Scale real world. We used to have WordPress developers who could develop 1 site per week. Then came Duda, Once we learned it, got very good at it, the 1 went to 5. We talked to all our developers in detail. With Duda AI, the 5 is gone from 8 to 10. The bonus, this is kind of tongue in cheek, but true. Bonus, our Duda designer developers are nicer than WordPress devs. I'm just saying, anyone that has an agency kind of knows what I'm talking about. I used ChatGPT to ask how long, we did it ourselves, but how long it took for a simple WordPress website. And that's what it came up with, 40 to 60 hours using a simple static site, pre-built theme, basic setup and configuration, formatting and uploading content images, 40 to 60 hours. Our team can build a 10-page website in 3 to 4 hours. So thank you, Duda and AI. So these are all these tools together rolled up into this slide. That's what this has meant to us. Flexibility. Section Builder, which AJ talked about, which we love, saves time on complex manual redesigns of sites. We leverage this to allow our teams to rapidly design and redesign requests, as well as spin up newly requested content sections. What does that mean in the real world? Most of the last 10 projects we handled were larger page counts that required redesign of portions due to changes within the client needs. Duda's AI section designer allowed us to make these changes rapidly, saving nearly 24 hours of manual work. This is real world cases and what it took for us to change these things. It's like clicks and stuff goes in there. It's like magic. We love it. Tim, good. I'm glad you're almost off of WordPress altogether too. So, innovation. Talk about the Widget Builder, which is a newer thing here. You have to have a little bit of common sense, not really dev work here, but it's pretty cool. And when Amir Glatt showed us how you do it, it's like, wow, this is unbelievable. But it allows us to solve functionality requests rapidly without long development timelines and cheap. This ensures we can deliver something that will delight the client without injecting several weeks more times of intense development into a project. We have done 4 websites for the county of elections in Florida. For whatever reason, I don't know. But the county supervisor of elections there, they're big deals. They get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people going through their site. And we've had them for years. And we're going to get more of them because Duda is way better than the software they had. But they need in live time the stats done for people signing up. So, innovation real world. We're actively working on a Duda widget for 3 county supervisor of elections websites in Florida: St. Johns County, Nassau County, and Highlands County. This is a key for their website. This one piece could be getting a website or not. In the state of Florida, the development company that had they had every website for the county elections. There's 30 or 40. I don't know. There's a lot of them. I'm probably close to the amount. They're not doing it anymore. They dropped it. So all the county elections had to get new websites. They had this piece of code that they're not sharing and won't give to anybody. This is the key to the website. So here you can see you have active registered voters, Republicans, Democrats, no party affiliation, other, and total, and it updates in real time. So very cool. It's on the sites. It's working to 90% perfection right now. We're getting there because we just started playing with this. But once this is up and live, we're just going to make a phone call to the other county election people and say, here, we've got this going on. We have superior software. Talk to St. John's, Nassau, and Highlands County and tell them they can tell you how easy it is to work with this software. And we have this widget working. So there's one simple thing that took our guys so far like 3 hours of working on it because it's ridiculously complex. Once it's done, we have it. It's going to work for everybody, and we could sell 10 more websites at X thousands of dollars. So thank you, Duda, for the Widget Builder. Matt, you're right. It's a miracle. That's what we think it is. Consistency. In consistency, we're talking about volume capacity. Staff changes without the slowdown. With a team trained on AI tools, which all of our team is now, changing our team members allow things to continue running smoothly when sourcing new talent, or one dev gets overloaded. We just stick another one in there, and voila, they can work on it. We saw this. There's a really big company outside of Chicago, one of the biggest agencies in the country. Their clients include the Chicago Bulls, the Blackhawks, Soldier Field. I mean, they have the really big clients we'll never have. And through the years, they've offloaded smaller sites, and small to them was anything under 50,000. For us, that was kind of big. So I said, "Oh, we'll take those." But they said, "We can't even work on a site under $50,000 and make money." But what they had is they're working on WordPress over the years. And this is a big company. They could have 100 different devs working there. And once someone would leave, if someone needed to work on and maintain a site that was built by somebody else, it's different code. WordPress can be built. If there's 100 developers, there's 100 ways to build it. So this solved that for us. Consistency, real world. AI tools allow our team the bandwidth to flexibly scale aggressively to meet the needs of a day, week, or month. If we get someone that comes in and our devs get freaked out about it and say, "Oh my God, we need this. Could you build me a 5-page landing page for this guy who the election is next week and it's actually somewhere in Pennsylvania. Can you build the site?" Okay, we just moved it around and plugged somebody in, and we built the site that same day, which blew their head apart. Without Duda and the AI tools, we couldn't have done it because they had no content either. We'll get to that. But we added 5 more developers in the last 3 months. It's allowed us to make 160 more sites a month efficiently with the Duda AI stack. So without compromising our standard 2-week lead time, which is critical for us and anybody that's out there, is to be able to turn something around quickly and have good quality for it. Their whole AI stack is a piece to the puzzle for us. Content creation. Oh my God. Content creation tools allow all of our team to quickly change out site content for clients when requested. This can remove a 3 to 5 day timeline for website content rewrite, blah, blah, blah. This to me is the keyest thing that's in here by far. And I would say everybody that's on this call, if content creation isn't your number one stopper, I don't know what is, other than trying to get a DNS login for someone's domain, which could take an act of God. But this to us is like a secret key. Anybody that comes to us, and you all have these clients, and we can say, "But I don't have the content. I don't like what I have." Say, "Don't worry about it. We got you." And it's like when AJ discussed is, "Hey, we're adding in some SEO here, as a base upgrade," which I think is nice. We'll do this too and not charge more for it, and just say, take the content out of the discussion in your head. And all of a sudden it's like, whew, we can get a website built because I'm an HVAC contractor outside of Chicago, and I can't write something on the 20 different pages of services that I offer. I just can't do it because I'm an HVAC contractor. I'm not a content writer. And we spent my son or some of the other developers, they'll put a section in, they'll put it in there, they put a prompt. I actually asked him yesterday, I said, "Take me through how you really do this." And he puts the prompts in there that he has a little background from the client, and you can build out 20 pages in an hour. So this, a lot of you, I'm sure, are familiar with Ruan Marino, Splashdashed, and DevelopMark. Awesome guy. And we've been sharing things because we're going to get behind Splashdashed pretty hard because the stuff it can tell you is amazing. But for some good practices for optimizing for AI SEO, one of which was leveraging AI service area pages. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that. If we did, let's say our Chicago-based HVAC guy, what we'll do, and we've done it for years, this has taken, so there he is, there's our guy. Ruan, good seeing you, pal. is we'll take the 20 or 30 cities around Chicago and build a city page for it, for Elmhurst, Illinois HVAC contractor, and then putting keywords on that page for a lot of those, and we can spin those up. And my son, who does these, he said he could do 3 to 6 minutes a page. So we can give somebody in 3 to 6 minutes a page, we'll charge $25 or $30 for a page, but give them something that 20 pages from an SEO standpoint, from an organic standpoint, you'd be hard pressed to find something better organically on your website than doing this thing. So Duda AI creates compelling content and mitigates duplicate content, allowing us to add city pages at scale. City pages take 3 to 6 minutes. Prior to this, that was with using ChatGPT. You're not going back from one screen to another, whatever. It's right on the Duda site. It's there. You're not going back and forth between screens, and it's amazing. And we have found that over time, since this has been up, the content it's creating is way closer and better. And we're finding it better than ChatGPT. It's been really good. And so I said, this has to be in the top 3 of blockers to launch, maybe number 1. I think it's number 1. So this is a thing we use more than anything, and it's just fabulous. Business development, spin up a landing page to send to potential clients or a full website. We use the where it generates the website, and we've had that one's an example that's on the page, but in the real world, we'll use that. We had Anthony Cleaners. This guy's coming in tomorrow. In fact, he called me last week. Dry cleaning business in Elmhurst. New owners are contemplating a website, reached out to us. The guy emailed me. Before I emailed him back, I stuck this in to Duda, spun this up. It doesn't look here, but the website looked cool. The one we built was way cooler, but the guy looked, he goes, not only did you call me back within an hour, you sent me what the website could look like. It had testimonials on it. It had the service areas that we did. It had locations there. It had testimonials on it. They emailed back after 10 minutes and said, let's go. And the guy came in here that day and bought it. Wasn't an expensive website, but it was a $1,500 website for a small business owner that just bought his own business. He was a 30-year-old kid, didn't have a lot of money, but we were able to get him a great looking website for a reasonable amount of money that has meta tags in it, AI tags in it, and everything else. We wrote the content for him, and he gave us some stuff. AJ said, hey, give me some bullet points here. They sent that to us. He goes, yeah, that's what we do. That sounds great. Yeah, that's who my father and I, that sounds great. And he's happy, and this will launch tomorrow or Monday. So to use that to spin it up is just a cool tool that we can use. Instead of calling them and say, yeah, we could build something for blah, 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 we showed them something. And that shows a lot of grit, I think, on our part and on their part. So we think that's a great business development and sales tool. All right, good job there, Growth Engine. Optimization. Duda's AI SEO tools cater to alleviating the tedium and busy work of keyword-based SEO to websites as a whole. I agree that it's not perfect. We have SEO packages. This to me is an entree onto something more. If I can tell somebody this versus nothing, which would you prefer? I think 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 would say, give me this versus nothing. Because a lot of our clients, everyone you talk to lately, it's just that they're stretched for money. We get that. If we could give some level of this without them having to spend another nickel, I think that's fantastic. And I think that's great. And then we say, here, for this, we can add this. If you want us to go in and tweak all of these, and we do tweak to make sure that nothing in here is off. And then to get them into an SEO lane, that's great. But to give them a product that they could barely afford and they're in a website and they have business is great. And you have a happy customer. AI tools set to address SEO needs, alt tags, image alt tags could take forever. They're not fun. One expert in our team can address 40 to 60 sites a week compared to 2 to 4 sites without these tools. bonus, and that's AJ was talking about this. Our clients can get $1,000 to $1,500 of SEO work at no extra charge. And we go in and tweak that. They're getting something out of the gate. The Duda software is more SEO friendly, but this takes it to another level. Do you need to do more than this? Absolutely. Is this better than nothing? I absolutely believe that. Duda AI Stack, the ultimate power multiplier for agencies. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Nat. Yeah. So we have a few questions, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk the whole like in between. So Jerry and AJ, do you have any initial thoughts that you are wanting to say?
Yeah, that was really excellent. I think one of the things you mentioned basically is the fact that, you know, understanding how to be a prompt engineer is absolutely going to be the future. In effect, it's.
Yes.
I mean, I think one of my weaknesses when I first went into AI is the fact I said, please write an article on this, and it would write a really bad article. And you know, now I'm a bit like, here's half an article I kind of want you to write and how I want you to write it. I almost write more than it spits out, but I've learned that writing the prompt part of it. And the best part is I can misspell everything, chuck loads of random stuff into it, and it just kind of will know what I'm trying to talk about. So I almost word dump into it, and then it feeds stuff out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Next level is getting the AI to prompt itself. You tell it a small idea, write me a prompt, and then you take it to the other AI and you're like, hey, take this and can you write about this?
Yep. There's a lot of chat in the chat about MCPs and stuff at the moment, and I think that's exactly it.
Can you please tell us what is an MCP?
Model
what does it do?
Protocol. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Next protocol. MCP is I can kind of give a lay definition of it. Is if you've used APIs, it's an easier way to use APIs. You're basically, it's connecting something to, in this case, it's connecting Duda and Claude, for example. And so now Claude is able to do things within Duda. Same way I was able with ChatGPT to do things in Canva. MCP is going to allow you to take actions using Duda's APIs. I actually use the MCP from Claude to Duda to post my blog posts. I'll clean them up in Claude, and then I'll say, hey, can you post this? Give me an engaging title. Give me an SEO optimized meta description, and it does all the work, so I don't have to go in there and deal with the blog posting tools.
That is cool. That is cool. We had a cool. I liked it anyways. From Tony Wright, he said he's never been into Duda before, but he's been a developer for WordPress and Drupal for 20 years. If both you, AJ, and Nat would start doing or developing with Duda today, what would you do differently? What did you wish you knew?
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, just reading the question.
Yeah, so I made a joke. I don't know if it posted, but I said I wish I had known about Duda years ago, to be honest. But I had started by building like small websites for myself on WordPress, then Webflow. The one thing that I've always found, and I didn't do it with Duda sadly until later on, but the one thing that I always find is that by building for myself, not having the anxiety of somebody else's business on the line, I am able to take more daring ideas and really play around with it. I don't have to wait for a customer to reach back out. I'm very critical of my own work. So being that I'm doing it for my brand or for my personal brand or for my business brand, I'm being very critical in that case. And so I'm almost my worst customer. And so I find that really has gotten me to learn more about the system. I recently revamped my personal website and my side business website in Duda, and it taught me so many things that I haven't had a chance to implement in my Doorloop business, in my work at Doorloop, because I'm so busy with the websites and the process that we have right now. But going forward, I'm looking forward to integrating the 2.0 system. And right now we're still doing classic editor at Doorloop, which it kills me because, on my side business, everything is now 2.0. So I'm trying to slowly move us over. I want to give a shout out to last week's webinar, I think it was, where they talked about the website in a day system.
Yeah,
and,
with Justin.
Justin, I'm in a group with Justin and Josh and the rest of them, and Justin's been pushing me to create my master template, and I'm working on it. So if you're listening, I am working on it finally. But that's one of the great things about Duda is if you can do that piece, if you can get yourself into 2.0, some of these AI tools, they get supercharged in 2.0. Like in classic, they're like kind of lightweight, but in 2.0, they take on a life of their own that really is worth using. I'll let Nat talk now.
Yeah, that's good, AJ. Who was it? Was it Tony that wrote that?
Yeah. Kind of right.
We've had the pleasure of being with Duda from month 1 or 2 with their mobile only, new to the role. If you're starting, what do you wish you knew? What I would do, Tony, is I would take, if you've got a couple WordPress sites, the simpler ones, 5 to 12 pages, what I would do, I would redo them in Duda and get the experience and learn it and see how it goes for yourself. Because I actually flew to California when Itai happened to be there then, and I grilled him, and I almost embarrassed, but I was going to move from WordPress. It was a big deal. And I was like, all right, I got to know, are you guys for real? Is this going to stick around? And just grilled him. But we just started playing with it. And I would say too, is find a Duda expert that would help you with this. We do this. We've worked with 300 or 400 agencies. We've built one site for some, we've built 400 for others, but we become partners in the Duda world and can work with you or anybody else here, Tony, that's a Duda expert that can build it with you and show you some ins and outs of it. And it takes some time and effort, but it'd be worth it. And then to see, so you've got your own case study. Here's this site in WordPress. Here's this one side by side that looks much better. It took me a fraction of the time to do it, and it looks a lot better. And I can update it easier. My client can update it. They get statistics built in. That's where I would dive right in. I'd take 1 or 2 and jump in. And
I do think there would be a bit of a learning curve. So the first one you do is going to be, you're going to learn all the things not to do, or all the things to do badly in it. It's a bit like when I first do a WordPress site, all the things that I kind of go, I wish I'd known that. So you're absolutely right. But basically the second one you do is like going to be twice as fast, twice as cleaner, twice as better. Is that a phrase? I don't know. You know what I mean? But basically, it'll be substantially better. So yeah. Always kind of like experiment on something first. I mean, I by the way, do not do salsa at all, but I built a site for salsa dancing in Duda just because I had a weird random domain name, and I was like, I'll play around with this, and the output of it has been phenomenally good. But if you ever look at it, there's so much wrong with it because I was learning on it. And so yeah, second one going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of questions and talks about what tools you can connect with Duda, and maybe Rebecca here has a URL to a page explaining all the tools that you can connect with Duda, and maybe so that you can read it, because yeah, I guess you guys use different tools and maybe you don't have the whole directory in front of you. So maybe if Rebecca has a page, maybe she could just put URL in there. And if you noticed, we have Rebecca here in the chat helping you out with technical issues when you have them. So that's why she's there, and then we are very, very thankful for that. I had one thing that really stuck with me, Nat, was when you said that any developer could jump in and continue the other developer's job. And oh my God, have I been stuck with developers only developing things that only this developer can continue with, where no other developer can continue with, or he has to spend like 100 hours
That goes
understanding the
away.
code.
It goes away. It's amazing.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Mind
Exactly.
blown.
Exactly. And throw on top of that, you don't have to update themes and plugins and security issues and patches and things that you either charge a client and they hate you for it, but it costs you a lot of money, or you don't charge them and you absorb. I know someone put a something in there. I'm moving away from WordPress, although Dude is more expensive. 10 years ago, we did a study and I thought, my God, Dude, this is going to crush me. When I factored in the ill will and the time it took me to fix WordPress stuff, Duda was cheaper.
Yeah.
And I could sleep better.
That is good. That is awesome.
To hop on that for a second, though, I have websites I published now 3 years ago that look the exact same. I had websites that I did in WordPress and Webflow that 6 months later, the whole website was broken. Like it really, it cannot be understated how important that is from our end, but also from the customer's end, because
they get mad.
Yeah.
And don't understand why and think you're lying to them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So one each of you, what is the most, if you can pick one, what AI-based tool in Duda is your favorite?
All right, I'll answer because I did already. It's the content creation.
The content creation, right?
Absolutely, changed my life.
Jerry?
It's just the ability to literally put in a prompt and spit out an entire website that I can kind of show to a potential client and go,
magical.
Is this what you want? And they kind of go, what happened? It's seriously scary. It also means that they think that I'm overcharging now, but it's fine.
Jerry took mine because I really feel like it's not just that it spins up a website, it spins up a usable website that you can then it's tweaking it to make it just slightly better. It's something that you can actually give a customer and not feel like you're a monster for giving it to them. So I'm with Jerry on that one.
And I think someone else alluded to something to this before. I can't remember which one of you did, but you can take those hours and put it into a better design or build more pages and not have to put it into the nuts and bolts of something that it does on its own. So at the end of the day, they're getting a better product with more stuff in it.
It's true.
I work a lot with UX and designers, and they often want to have content to design around. And then I'm like, okay, but I'll just give you some lines. But no, I actually want actual content because it has meaning. And I want to design meaning. I want it to be meaningful, the things that I'm going to design. So I need to know what this page is about and what sentiment it has. And so I really, really like the idea of what you just said. Like you can just prompt a page with content and everything on it. And that makes everything so much easier, even for UX, SEO, devs, everyone, and the user in the end. I mean, that's why we do it.
Yeah.
People are going to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, the final comment from me is with Duda's AI stack. I mean, I've been going to Duda 2 or 3 times a year for a lot of years. And over the last year and a half, this is good. It was over the last year and a half or 2 years, they've really embraced AI and stayed ahead of it for us and our clients.
That's
and
amazing.
Instead of us having to ask, we get things, and when they launch them, they are bulletproof.
All right. I see we are 1 minute to the full hour, so I would like to take the chance to thank you all. It's been a pleasure to have you on this webinar, and I really, really liked it. And also thank you, Rebecca, for answering all the questions, the techie ones that I wouldn't even want to, touch. Thank you, AJ and Nat and Jerry. Do you have any last remarks?
Love Duda.
And then we close by that.
Thanks, guys. It's been great.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers.
Duda puts your brand front and center. With Duda's extensive white label capabilities,